and welcome to the podcast. I'm Marisa.
I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister sisters. As a reminder, this podcast is rated T for teen for strong language and mature themes.
If you don't like that, cool beans. Get away from here. We're giving you warning. Head on over to that one podcast that Tammy Tucky does called Unlocked, where she talks to people about things, or she used to.
And stuff. There are plenty to listen to in the backlog if you want to.
Yeah.
We're not stopping you. We're not making you either. We don't have that kind of money. Okay, so what are we talking about today, sister?
You know, that's a terrific question. Oh, right, okay. Today we are talking about something we are good at, which is brackets. And it's about those games with places that give you bad vibes.
You really sold it, Ariana.
I mean, I still don't altogether understand what we're talking about. I will be truthful here.
This started as me saying, like top 10 locations in the games that give us bad vibes.
Yeah.
The worst vibes. And then we decided we wanted to do a bracket. So we're going to decide the game that has the worst vibes.
That's right. That's what it came down to.
Specifically, like, location-wise.
Yeah.
Like, but also, that kind, like, there are games where none of the locations give me bad vibes.
Mm-hmm. And so those games can go sit off on the sidelines, because you know what, honey? You done good.
You done good?
You done good.
So, I have done a
I like when they do voices, because I can't tell them apart normally anyways.
And then we do the exact same voices, too.
We only have, our only repertoire is one another's.
And there's like 10 voices. We got 10 voices between us. Okay, we can talk about that later. I almost just went into my repertoire of voices. Unnecessary when we're talking about bad vibes.
Bad vibes.
So I randomly seeded this. We're doing not just the 33 games, we're including Seeker Skin Kill Remastered. Because that one has different vibes from the original one. They're very distinct. However, so we have to do some, like, two elimination things before we can get into the main thing. So the first two are Curse of Blackmore Manor and Deadly Device.
Curse of Blackmore Manor and Deadly Device.
Yes. I think I don't really have a location that gives me bad vibes in Deadly Device. I mean, it's only when Victor is in there. So really, Victor's the one giving the bad vibes.
Well, yes, but I also don't like going in there when he's not in there because I keep feeling like he's going to come in and yell at me.
Yeah. Whereas, however, much of Curse of Blackmore Manor has bad vibes.
Honestly, it's all just silly to me.
I'm not a fan.
Actually, yeah. Honestly, the tunnels are pretty, like, I always feel like there's something that I'm supposed to...
The murder room.
Yeah.
That one's bad vibes. The forge itself isn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
But
it, honestly, and I'm going to say this about a couple of them, I think, being in there reminds me of the end puzzle, or it's I feel stressed out being in there because I know there are puzzles in there that I'm going to have a hard time with, and I know that there are clues in there that I'm going to overlook for a very fucking long time because I don't read things properly.
You know, if they wanted us to read things properly, they'd put it in readable font.
I hate it so much.
But, yeah, I feel like Curse of Blackmore Manor has more bad vibes than Deadly Device.
Ooh, yeah, you know what? Gemstone said it in the chat. Linda's room gives you bad vibes. Yes. Actually, now that you mention it, the lighting in that fucking room... Okay, never mind. I apologize. I don't know why I said in the beginning. It is Curse of Blackmore Manor. Because, yeah, no, that's... that is you can't see much in the corners, and so it's like, oh, anything could be there. I don't like this. This is where my brain plays tricks in my apartment, okay? Let alone this, like, shittily rendered little screen where I'm like, oh, is that a face, or is that just, like, weird shading?
Yeah. So yeah, Curse of Blackmore Manor. The other one, our other, like, first round elimination stuff is Secret of the Old Clock versus Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. The thing is for me, both of those have pretty good vibes. Like, every place we go to has good vibes.
I guess, honestly, Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake, while I enjoy the beauty of the scenery in the forest area, the, like, maze, I hate being there because I feel lost, and that makes me claustrophobic, and I try to read the map, and I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? And it fills me with a little bit of dread, so that when I do come out on the other side, or back at Sally's place, I'm like, I did it. So, like, clearly that sort of gives me bad vibes. Yeah. I think I'm going with Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake on this one.
I think so. I can't think of a single place that gives me bad vibes in Secret of the Old Clock. Everything is so chill.
But, you know.
Mini golf is, like, it's hard and I don't like it, but it doesn't, like, give me bad vibes.
I hate it so much.
It's just a pretty chill game. I don't like it very much, but it's very chill.
It is very chill. It has a certain je ne sais quoi.
Okay, so dog. Okay, now let's get into the real start. Danger on Deception Island versus Curse of Blackmore Manor. Danger on Deception Island has it's mostly good vibes, to be honest.
Yeah,
and then it's just in Whale World that I get really bad vibes.
And the worst part is, like, Whale World itself is honestly, so it's the opposite. Like, you know how you said you like Victor's office, the office, when Victor's not in there. And
yeah.
For me, it's like if Andy wasn't there, I would be like living the dream. I fucking love Whale World. Yeah.
I just feel like there's something, like, inherently weird, like SeaWorld-y about it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel like an aquarium type.
No,
like,
I don't think it's.
I'm talking about, like,
informationally. Center.
I know, but, like, informationally, right? You get a certain level of information from an aquarium, whereas at SeaWorld, you don't really get that. You get lots of just, like, games and rides and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it feels to me. It doesn't feel like... I mean,
you have to identify a creature by its sound, but you heard several.
Yeah, but it's like, we're supposed to, like, pay for that shit, apparently. I don't know. It's weird to me. I don't like it. And, it's just, like, not good to me.
What's it up against again?
Oh, Curse of Blackmore Manor. Oh, that's okay. Way creepier.
No, Curse of Blackmore Manor wins.
I just went through all of this, but no, Curse of Blackmore Manor does win.
I'm sorry.
Secrets Can Kill versus The Silent Spy. Secrets Can Kill has a lot of bad vibe places. It's, like, the library gives me the worst vibes.
The original Secrets Can Kill, like... I will be real, the bad vibes primarily for me come from horrible trauma of having the game crash going between locations.
Yeah. God.
So I frequently get bad vibes going anywhere in that game.
Anytime it's like, oh, I need to go to the school, and then it's like, gotta pop in the other disc. Well, it wasn't even the school, wasn't it? Just like the fucking pharmacy, which you don't even have to go to until the end of the game, really?
Pretty much.
It's ridiculous.
And then, oh yeah, fuck.
But It also just gives me really bad vibes. The original Secrets Can Kill in the boiler room.
Everywhere. Ooh, yeah. I hate
and the fact that in the library and with all of Jake's, like, all of his, like, I'm going to get murdered. Here are clues to my murder. Like, that is the worst.
That's
it's great for, like, building
13 Reasons Why.
That's, like, great for the, like, immersion into that game, right? It really seeps you in dread.
Yeah.
Bad vibes.
Bad vibes.
As opposed to Silent Spy, which I don't really have.
Everything feels so setty that I don't feel any actual sense of urgency at any point in the game, really.
Yeah. So we're gonna go with Secrets Can Kill there?
I'm going with Secrets Can Kill. Oldie but a goodie.
Okay. How about Sea of Darkness versus Secrets Can Kill Remastered?
I mean, that's really not fair, because at least Sea of Darkness is beautiful.
Yeah.
So anywhere you're getting bad vibes, at least it's like, God, would you look at how gorgeous this room is? Secrets Can Kill Remastered, however.
Uncle Steve.
Has Uncle Steve, and
He's
that
got
just...
Uncle Steve vibes.
Oh, I do not like...
God, it, like, the first Secrets Can Kill game has bad vibes. The Secrets Can Kill Remastered has, like, intensely bad vibes. Because
like,
also Daryl is even
vibe.
Pushier.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really bad.
No me gusta.
Okay, Secrets Can Kill Remastered.
Yeah.
Okay, Labyrinth of Lies versus Captive Curse. Captive Curse has some awful vibes. That is like...
Yeah.
Especially, and it's like, again, that's horror, and I think they do a pretty good job of putting it there without making it too bad, like for a children's game.
Yeah.
But it's definitely there, and it's supposed to give you bad vibes.
It is
I appreciate that it's doing its job.
Old school horror, honestly. It's a Boris Karloff film. Like,
yeah.
It's,
you know, we're being made to feel like we're gonna die next.
It achieves a spooky atmosphere, and I do love it for that.
It's great.
I get bad vibes, but it's because it's unsettling that all this is here. Like, a majority of the areas. Like,
the set gives me bad vibes because it doesn't make any physical sense.
It doesn't make physical sense. It's super dangerous. And, like, what is this production's, like, budget? It's insane.
Like, something should have been... You should have realized it was off.
This is a producer's level of fraud.
You can make more money with a flop than with a hit.
Exactly. They were
banking
on
still
it.
Say
the real criminal was, what's her name, who runs the museum? Melina, thank you.
Well then. But I would say Captive Curse.
I would absolutely say Captive Curse.
Yeah. It's just... Whew! The vibes. White Wolf of Icicle Creek versus Final Scene.
Well, now, that's a little difficult, because there are, like, little spooky passageways and stuff in Final Scene. But in White Wolf of Icicle Creek, you frequently die on a majority of the treks. Like...
Yeah, I think White Wolf of Icicle Creek has bad vibes. Like, specifically the basement has bad vibes for me.
Ooh, yeah.
I hate being down in the basement, especially knowing that there's, like, something radioactive in there.
Yeah, I hate, tunnels.
Yeah, tunnels are not good.
I really don't like the idea of whatever Isis is crawling through, because, it makes me claustrophobic for the wolf. Even though she's a little tiny, teeny tiny wolf.
I mean, though, to be fair, for them to be big enough to have a pig get in there, it would have had to be pretty big.
True.
Pigs are quite large.
And Isis is not a normal-sized wolf.
No. But it does mean that a wolf could probably get through there. A real wolf.
The final scene, there's also... It is that feeling that somebody's always lurking behind you.
Yeah.
It is that feeling of walking backstage alone. And you know that nobody's there, but yeah, you can feel somebody over your shoulder. And it's like...
Nope. And that's why you keep a ghost light on.
That's why.
So I don't know. Which one do you think? High School Creek or Final Scene? They both...
I think I'm going to give it to Final Scene. No. I'm going to... No. I'm going to give it to White Wolf of High School Creek purely because there's so much dying.
Yeah.
There's so much that can kill you in that world.
Yeah. Just being in a place where an avalanche could happen, that's bad vibes.
It's so stressful. I hate it.
Ghost of Thornton Hall versus Secret of the Scarlet Hand. I think Ghost of Thornton Hall really takes this one.
Yeah.
Because that it's built on bad vibes. But it's supposed to.
It is.
Like, that one, just like Captive's Curse, it's like, it's supposed to be doing that. And I actually really enjoy that horror aspect of these games, even though it's...
Well, those were always the best Nancy Drew ones, where it was like, there's something spooky going on, and it's, not just something's missing, but like, oh, there's a rumor that there's a ghost here. What? So, those were the best Nancy Drews anyway.
It's true. So I'm going to go with Ghost of Thornton Hall.
Yeah. Because honestly, a majority of Secret of the Scarlet Hand, Jesus Christ. Too many of them start with secret.
Yeah.
But the most I get is a little uncomfortable because I'm like, that's wrong, or I'm like...
I don't want to be in this
office. Yeah.
Taylor's office gives bad vibes.
Yeah.
I really don't want to be in there with him. And being in there alone also isn't great.
I saw the word Oaxaca yesterday. And because I was looking over Adam's shoulder, and I go, they're from Oaxaca. And he's like, the fuck?
So, yeah, Ghost of Thornton Hall.
Yes.
Now, Creature of Kapu Cave versus Shattered Medallion. That one is hard because they both have the same vibes to me. Of, it's beautiful, we're supposed to be here having, doing something, and there's something very off going on.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It's the being surrounded by the lush greenery. It's like, you feel like there's somebody there.
Also, it's just the fact that
things just
there is something going on. There is something going on that, no one else is agreeing with you is weird.
Yeah.
And that's the worst kind.
I think at least in Creature of Kapu Cave, sorry. You've got the Hardys, and they are you're reporting things to them, and they are not dismissive of you. They are there to back you up. They're like, oh shit, Nancy, fucking keep yourself safe. Because you know how the boys like to drop S&F bombs.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. All the time.
They got potty mouths.
Yeah, those Hardy Boys. But in Shattered Medallion, you have Bess and George also helping. But then again, George getting hurt is part of... Yeah, that's true. Yeah. They're not as helpful.
They just
I would say
there.
Shattered Medallion. Partially because Shattered Medallion is just there is something wrong here. Something very wrong here. And everywhere you go feels wrong. Because it looks like this big, film set, basically. And there's no crew members or anything like that. And it's so... It gives,
weirdly
it's wrong.
Empty. It's being in a Twilight Zone episode.
Exactly.
The one where they're in the dollhouse.
Yes. Exactly. So, Shattered Medallion, I say.
Yeah. That sounds great to me.
Okay, Stay Tuned for Danger versus Trail of the Twister. I think Trail of the Twister gives off worse vibes. It's like, stay tuned for danger. I honestly, the only place I really get bad vibes is Dwayne's office. Yeah. Everywhere else feels kind of like normal. Yeah. You know, like the set feels just like home.
Yeah. Walking up on the catwalk, it's like, all right, this is fucking rad.
Yeah, it makes me
I'm supposed to be here.
You know, the Black Box Theater in the Old Globe.
Yeah.
That's where it reminds me of, because of how I would have to hang lights there.
Yep.
So, it's nice. However, Trail of the Twister, everything is bad vibes. Because everyone is giving off bad vibes. Every single person is, like, gaslighting you in this game.
It's insane. Every aspect of that game just, like, feels weird. And there's the constant looming danger of tornadoes or whatever.
Yeah. And then being alone with Scott at any time is just bad vibes.
Yeah, honestly, being in that house gives me bad vibes.
Yeah.
It's one of those, you know, bad things have happened there houses.
Definitely. Okay. Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon versus Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. I think they're both, like, pretty... Like, I like the vibes for the most part of these games.
I do. But then, so, we clue back into the,
Yeah, the outdoor area, the woods in Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake definitely has bad vibes. And I would also say down where, like, the vault, way down, like, where we get stuck with and we can die and drown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that area, too.
Oh, I hate that, so...
I think that the mines give me bad vibes.
I mean, a little, but not really.
I think Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake, definitely.
Yeah, because I'm too comforted by the sounds of the train. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's like, ooh.
Oh, this one's gonna be hard.
Ooh.
Haunting of Castle Malloy versus Shadow at the Water's Edge. Both of those have, like, awful vibes.
Yeah.
Haunting of Castle Malloy feels like everywhere you are, it is resting on you that this family died here.
Yeah.
You know? That's just with you the whole time.
You are in a fucking dilapidated castle, or the grounds of said dilapidated castle. Everything is awful.
And, like, there's...
And depressing.
The fucking nursery has the worst vibes in any Nancy Drew game.
Oof. Oh, God. But then...
The signs are just...
Shadow at the Water's Edge. That fucking... bathroom, whatever.
Yeah, the underground one. Or hidden one. I don't know.
Yeah,
that one has such... And it's because...
Bathhouse. There we go. I got that.
Yeah, there you go. That's the word. We know words.
We know words. Yeah, I mean, and honestly... Pretty much everywhere in Shadow at the Water's Edge gives me some form of bad vibes, because, I mean, things are just constantly happening. There's like all these hauntings going on that are being manufactured, and knowing that they're being manufactured is even more unnerving than it being like an actual ghost. Because it's like, okay, who the fuck is doing this to me, and how are they making this happen? And honestly... Having to travel by train, in an underground, and you're only doing it at night. You're not doing it during the daytime. This is only at night. Yeah. And you are in a foreign land.
While I agree on all of that, I still think Haunting of Castle Malloy has worse vibes.
Okay. I will absolutely... give you that. I just had to highlight the bad vibes.
I agree.
The bad one of my favorite games.
Yeah, and it's masterfully created.
It is.
Haunting of Castle Malloy is not supposed to give off these bad vibes, and that's why they're worse.
And it is what is left unsaid as well. That
the fact that he was a Nazi, this is just a question, like, that's just there. And the all of the signs in the nursery really point to Fiona being abused.
Yeah.
It, like, And then we're supposed to feel the entire time like they all died here, and then we're just doing what we're doing anyway.
Well, this is a lovely place for a wedding.
Haunting of Castle Malloy.
We're English. This is just what we do. We're gonna crash this party here.
Yeah, we are. Treasure in the Royal Tower versus Ransom of the Seven Ships. I will say that I actually don't have super bad vibes in Ransom of the Seven Ships.
Yeah, like, there's some stressful areas, but for the
like,
most
the vibe
part,
in general of, like...
the music helps.
It does. It makes... The music, and that's part of what makes it such a shitty game, is because your friend is missing. But the music is so, like, jammin'.
Who the fuck gives a shit about Beth? Bess! I had a lisp there for a second.
I don't even remember her name anymore. That's how much I'm digging these tunes.
Oh, these island vibes.
So it's like, that's part of what makes it such a shitty game.
Yeah.
The vibes really aren't that bad when our friend is missing. But Treasure Royal Tower, I get bad vibes in the library, especially in that little, like, the hidden nook. Mm-hmm. Especially with when he was good, he was very good. When he was bad, he was rotten?
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. Holy shit.
That's fucked up.
Ezra Wickford was fucked up.
Well, see, okay, here's a thing that I firmly believe, I guess, is buildings that are transported to a new location, automatically make me feel, I'm just gonna make it, it's a me thing. They make me feel, like, unnerved because they weren't supposed to be there. And it feels misplaced. Like, you know, the Victorian houses in, Old Town San Diego?
Yeah. Yeah.
Those unnerve me because they're not supposed to be there.
They were not built there on Heritage Hill. Some of the other ones in San Diego were built there, but not the ones on Heritage Hill.
No. Those were all transported there.
Yeah.
From San Francisco.
Yeah. Uncomfortable. Yeah, so Treasure in Royal Tower.
I hate it. It's like a weird kind of haunting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I still love the game.
It's like seeing a body on display.
Ooh. Tomb of the Lost Queen versus Midnight in Salem. I don't know what vibes I get from Midnight in Salem. I get
very hazy vibes in that game.
I don't have, like, nothing is atmospheric enough to give me, like, vibes.
No.
To be real. I like being in the cemetery. I like cemeteries.
It's a little confusing, but I mean...
Yes.
I always dig a cemetery, and I
dig Lauren's shop.
I think the problem is the way that game was designed. Not to go back and continue harping on Midnight in Salem, as I will do, apparently, every day for the rest of my life. But... because there are so many graphic errors of them just putting in those copy and just pasting them there and like stretching them wrong.
It has a certain amount of like Truman Show feeling to it then.
Yeah.
Because the world is very obviously not like real. And in ways that are like...
It's like paper mache.
Yeah.
You're walking through a paper mache world.
I hope this makes sense to anyone that isn't us.
It's just wrong. It feels like a poorly designed, like, one of those, 3D tour of this vibes.
Yes.
It's
like Google Maps.
Yeah.
But you're having to use it for your daily life. Like, if you walking around was like Google Maps, that's... But how about Tomb of the Lost Queen? I don't think I get, like, particularly bad vibes.
No. I mean, I get confused walking around, but everything's pretty in that game. It doesn't make sense, but it's pretty.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Legend of the Crystal Skull versus Secret of Shadow Ranch. There are certain things that give me bad vibes in each one.
Yeah. Those are kind of... Their levels are definitely on par, but I will say I think I might go with Legend of the Crystal Skull because it's all so spooky and it's a cozy kind of anxious, you know?
It is. I think what I like about...
It's poorly lit. It's
Yeah. I feel like because it's dark, it adds so much to the, like, atmosphere of it. Because it's a game where if you put in the lighting from Secret of Shadow Ranch, it wouldn't be as creepy.
Yeah.
I think Shadow Ranch, the only place that gives me bad vibes is the
canyon?
The Pueblo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's the canyon. There's the maze where Shorty chases you.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
There's
cave dwellings. That's the word they use.
There's the ghost town, honestly, because you know there are people there, or that they're not there, but you can feel that they've been there, and so it feels like they are there still, and ghost town feelings.
Yeah, ghost town feelings. People who've been to ghost towns know ghost town feelings. So which do you think?
Shit, see,
Like, you just kind of talked me into Shadow Ranch a little bit.
I know, right? I started on Team Crystal Skull.
And I honestly think that because it's so bright out, it has, like, this, like, spotlight on it kind of effect.
Yeah, everything feels so raw and desert-like.
Yeah.
We have always said that we love the aesthetic of the feel of that fucking game.
I mean, both of these games have such great ambiance.
They are great.
I'm gonna say Crystal Skull because of the bad, like, family vibe.
Yeah, and honestly,
the emotional
shadows,
vibe.
Yeah, the shadows feel like specters of that vibe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Did that make sense? That didn't make sense.
It made sense for me. That's all that matters, good. Right, listeners?
Must be nice the way we literally treat our listeners like they are useless to us. I don't actually feel that way, so I don't know why we do that.
You're just not... I mean, if you were here, we'd get it.
If we had a live studio audience... That's what we're building up to.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Definitely.
Where are we now?
So we just went with Cry. So, okay. Message in a Haunted Mansion or Haunted Carousel. I would actually like to say Haunted Carousel doesn't give me any bad vibes. It's such a nice game.
It is so cartoony. I love it.
I do feel like walking around an amusement park is obviously, like, it's a little creepy because there should be people here. It's like going around when we'd get to the fairgrounds before people would get there and stuff. Because it's that kind of
performers have to get there early.
Yeah. So it's like that. Like, it's definitely wrong. There's something wrong here. But at the same time, Message in a Haunted Mansion has awful vibes.
It does. And the random jump scares, honestly, as silly as they are and nonsensical as some of them are, like that fucking wall, I'll never be over that fucking wall. I never remember when I can trigger it. So it always scares the shit out of me. It's,
Yeah, definitely Message in a Haunted Mansion.
They're effective. That's just...
Oh gosh, now these two are also on similar vibe levels. Yeah. Phantom of Venice and Danger by Design. Both of them have the same level of, like, I am uncomfortable here. We have in Phantom of Venice, like, the Ka is, like, the worst vibes.
Mm-hmm.
No thank you.
Yeah.
But then... Also, you have the club, which, again, awful vibes.
Yeah, that's a bad bar vibe.
Yeah, breaking into Fongo's office, bad vibes, because it's constantly like, am I going to get caught? Am I going to get caught?
Yeah, I don't like those sorts of scenarios.
But then on the other hand, we have Danger by Design, where we go through the fucking catacombs.
Yeah,
and sewers.
The catacombs, the sewers,
and the fact that we're with an abusive boss who can yell at us at any moment.
Hate it. But at the same time, honestly, even in the... Okay, and maybe it's the agoraphobic part of me. But the number of large plazas we walk through is unnerving, and I feel like I'm going to be sniped. Like, I'm snooping around. I'm working with, like, secret organizations or, you know, with the police, but undercover. So, like, being out in the open is fucking nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, if we're going with Phantom of Venice.
Yeah.
Also because Colin gives off the worst vibes.
Oh, yes. And Helena, or Helena, or whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember how... Helena, I think. Helena. Fuck. Warnings at Waverly Academy versus Alibi and Ashes. Alibi and Ashes has, like... I don't think there's, like, bad vibes. Like, Brenda's van gives me bad vibes.
Being trapped in underground is pretty bad vibey. The maze is...
Warnings at Waverly Academy, however, is also, like... I have bad vibes when I feel like I'm gonna get caught.
I was gonna say, especially when you're out in the night. It's
yeah.
spooky.
That gives me bad vibes. But otherwise, it's a really cozy game.
It really
like, if I feel like I'm gonna get caught, I'm, like, anxious. But no space, really. Well,
it's daytime, but then quick as you like, it's daytime again, and you're in a nice, warm, cozy area, and there's snow falling outside, and you're like, ooh.
The basement isn't great, mostly just because of the Poe Association, and the whole brick wall thing.
The swinging axe of doom.
Yeah. Which I only just realized recently that's a reference to the pit and the pendulum.
Yeah. Yes.
I am the last person to realize this.
Good. I'm glad you joined the party.
Only the last time I played Warnings at Waverly Academy did I realize that the reason that we have the brick wall is literally in reference to the black cat. I'm like, God, this is fucked up. I actually really hate that story. I've never liked... I think that's the issue, is that I blocked out the black cat. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, he kills his cat.
Yeah.
So, like...
It's not a great one.
It's really not.
It's not honestly one of his more disturbing ones.
Honestly, it really, really is. I'm not a fan. Do not like it. So, yeah... That's
worth reading just to have that under your belt, maybe.
Just,
but
caution that it's
prepared.
Graphically violent against animals, really. Yeah.
Be prepared.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with... I don't know which one.
I'm going Warnings at Waverly Academy because it's going for that. Alibi and Ashes, it just is like... You're just walking around a town for the most part, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Back to the next round.
Okay. Woo!
Curse of Blackmore Manor versus Secrets Can Kill.
Ooh.
I say Curse of Blackmore Manor.
I do too, because when it comes right down to it, that's a more successful creepy vibe.
Yeah. I think it helps that it's meant to be creepy. Mm-hmm. So, Secrets Can Kill Remastered versus Captive Curse. I would say Captive Curse.
Yeah.
Just the dread that is building in you the whole game. Being like, yeah, it's gonna be Nancy next. Everyone's trying to imply that Nancy is in grave danger and she's acting like she's the white woman in a horror movie and nothing is going to happen to her.
And also, like, every bit of the actual story is then interjected with fucking Ned's drama. And so that adds to the edginess of it.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to be Nancy right now.
I really don't want to be Nancy.
This isn't fun. I mean, I love the game. honestly.
Yeah, it's a game. It's a game. Okay, White Wolf of Icicle Creek versus Ghost of Thornton Hall. I'm gonna go with Ghost of Thornton Hall.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And again, it's successful in that it's trying to make you have bad vibes.
Yeah. Ice is primarily only bad vibey because I feel like I'm going to die, you know?
Yeah, it's like, because of the threat of hypothermia at every corner.
It's like, because something is gonna kill you and there's a missing girl and fucking visions of a dead girl and woo doggy.
Yeah, Ghost of Thornton Hall is definitely there. Okay, Shattered Medallion versus Trail of the Twister. I say Trail of the Twister immediately because that is not right.
I don't want to be there.
No.
I hate it.
Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake versus Haunting of Castle Malloy.
Haunting of Castle
Malloy. Yeah.
Because of what we said, there's too much. It's too sad.
Treasure Royal Tower versus Midnight in Salem.
I say, that's difficult, honestly, because
yeah, I don't know.
I again, everything I said already about Treasure Royal Tower, but something about Midnight in Salem puts me on edge.
I think the
like
fact
it's unintentional, but the fact
there's
that
a literal dungeon in Treasure Royal Tower.
Yeah,
that kind of, I think, like that's a bad, especially when we get down there and we see that's been like sawed through.
Very wounded teenager.
Oh, yeah.
Who's crying about her childhood trauma, and there's a race against the clock, and you're being pursued. Yeah, you know what? I'm going Midnight in Salem.
Okay.
That was a relatively positive one.
Yeah. Legend of the Crystal Skull versus Message in a Haunted Mansion. I say Message in a Haunted Mansion.
Yes. I guess. Because
it's unintentionally really unnerving. Like, it's supposed to be unnerving, but then there's another layer to it that's not intentional, and that's what puts it over the edge, because Legends of the Crystal Skull is also trying to cultivate the bad vibes.
But, like, that, like I said, is more of a cozy, spooky.
Yeah. Message in a Haunted Mansion. I think it's the fact that we can just bring shit up to people, and they'll be like, that's not an issue. And then we're like, oh.
Bull fucking shit.
So how did you find Charlie? Why do you have this man living in your basement?
Hey, people can be behind this mirror.
Terrifying. But yeah.
I don't like the idea that unnerves me the whole time. Being in there just like, there could be somebody on the other side of that glass watching you. Mm-hmm. I hate it.
Okay, Message in a Haunted... No, I just did that.
Yeah, we did.
Phantom of Venice versus Learnings at Waverly Academy.
I'm going Phantom of Venice.
Okay.
Because, yeah, it is a stressful air.
Yeah.
In general.
Next round.
Okay. Damn.
Curse of Blackmore Manor versus The Captive's Curse. Curse versus Curse.
CVC!
I go with Captive Curse, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think it's honestly just a matter of the quality of the animation and everything is really it's the same sort of feel that you're supposed to be getting, but one being, slightly newer and more refined, it amplifies the feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. Ghost of Thornton Hall versus Trail of the Twister. Trail of the Twister?
Ghost of Thornton Hall versus Trail of the Twister.
So Ghost of Thornton Hall has, like, really bad vibe. Like, you're getting the I'm constantly being watched.
The fact that
someone is missing.
The
I'm seeing so many, like, visual hallucinations.
Yeah, but the fact that those just happen, like, you don't necessarily... those are very successful jump scares, honestly.
They are, yeah.
That fucking... whoever did that is... mwah. Like... well designed, the way they just pop up out of fucking nowhere. Grown-ass woman fucking jumping away from her computer is...
Yeah. However, Trail of the Twister is a toxic workplace.
Yeah.
And
because at least...
everyone is gaslighting you, and everyone is, like, you are being...
I'll tell you what it just... I'll tell you what it just comes down to. Ghost of Thornton Hall is fun. You enjoy the scare afterwards. The other is just tense, and you're like... it's
just dreadful.
I want it to be done.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Trail of the Twister. It's just so, like, I never... like, Scott specifically...
I hate
just
him.
Pumps it up.
So fucking aggro.
Haunting of Castle Malloy versus Midnight in Salem. I'm still going to say Haunting of Castle Malloy.
Yep. Absolutely. So long, Midnight in Salem.
Yep. Message in a Haunted Mansion versus Phantom of Venice.
Message in a Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more... the claustrophobia overcomes the agoraphobia. Every time. Yeah.
Now we're getting down to the final four. This is...
the final
four?
The
semifinals now. We are in it.
Who doggy?
Jesus. So. Whew. Captive Curse versus Trail of the Twister.
Whew. Because there are a lot of, like, times when you know you're walking into a room and you're gonna have to play a horrible mini-game. And you're like, this is the only way I can progress with this character is replaying this stupid fucking game.
It's like... I think... So Captive Curse, the dread is there on purpose, right? Yeah. Captive Curse... the dread is there on purpose, and I think it's well crafted.
Yeah.
Trail of the Twister, it's not there on purpose. You're not supposed to feel this way. And everyone is lying to you, and they're trying to make you feel crazy, and everyone's, like, talking about you behind your back.
Yeah.
And it's just...
gaslighting is no fun, yo.
Awful. And there's a threat of a tornado at any moment.
Basically, it's a stress dream.
It really is.
It's that
I'm gonna go with Trail of the Twister.
You wake up from, like, at 4 a.m. and you're drenched in sweat and you're like, not gonna sleep anymore.
Yeah. Trail of the Twister gives off the same vibes as those dreams I have where I have an exam, but I haven't gone to any classes this semester. That's
you can't get out of the house, and it's like,
and you're seeing the time, and the time is going by, and you know when you need to be there, but you can't get there in time, so you try to pull out your phone, but you can't dial anything.
And you're driving, and in the distance you see a fucking UFO abducting people, and you're like, I can't deal with that. I'm late for work.
And you're driving from the back seat.
It's awful. It's horrible. You can't see that way.
That is what Trail of the Twister gives off in terms of vibes.
Oh my god.
So, Haunting of Castle Malloy versus Message in a Haunted Mansion. I think Castle of Malloy definitely wins it there.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. It's too real.
However, Trail of the Twister versus Haunting of Castle Malloy. Because we may have just said all of that about Trail of the Twister, but Haunting of Castle Malloy is just...
It's so upsetting. There's
so
a very
upsetting.
Damaged, essentially little girl who we see the shadow of her because she wasn't able to develop properly, and
then also
so lonely. But
also, then there's the entire thing where Matt is missing, and everyone is insisting that he's not. He's
that
just
poor
played
man,
a prank.
if Nancy wasn't there, he would have died.
Yeah,
he would have died in there.
So, Trail of Tears erasure versus Nazi erasure.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, at least in Trail of the Twister, they had at least a little tiny thing that you can look at, a diorama.
Yes.
About Trail of Tears.
Diorama in the middle of a stress stream.
So, there's that. However.
And honestly, that adds to it. That really adds to the stress stream feel.
It kind of does. But then Haunting of Castle Malloy. And that's just so...
honestly,
you know what can't...
The Nazi erasure
God.
Is way too fucking... What?
So, do you remember that book I read in, like, 4th grade? What was it? Stone Circle? It was about the girl who goes to visit in Wales, I think it is. Mm-hmm. And she, like, finds this, like... There's, like, this whole thing, and it has to do with, like, her mom's death, if I remember correctly. And there's, like, she has to... That's the kind of vibes that this one gives me. Always giving me the same kind of, like, not great feeling.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You're at every turn you're about to uncover something awful that will hurt your soul.
Honestly, I think Haunting of Castle Malloy just really takes it with implied, like, the nursery is just has the worst vibes of any place in the entire games. That nursery. Being in there in the dark.
That is the physical...
The state it's in.
It's the physical manifestation of how Fiona feels. She's stuck in that state, and she's damaged, and...
Yeah. So on that note...
Do we feel good about this episode, sister?
I don't know. A little bit. I'm not going to feel when I'm editing it with how long it is. But that's okay. It was my own fault. So that's which game has the worst vibes?
Congratulations.
Congrats, Haunting of Castle Malloy. You have the worst vibes. If you guys disagree with us, we'd love to see your bracket. It will be in the comments?
Description?
Not comments. Description.
There you go.
Description of the podcast. So send us yours on Facebook, Twitter. You can try to link us on Twitch or YouTube. Probably won't do great if you link us an image. I don't think that'll work. But or you can tell us on our website, krolmeistersisters.knifefightclub.com.
I mean, you could also do that stuff. Okay, no, wait. You can find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and Spotify. And you can maybe let us know what your picks are, or you can just, generally comment on us being lovelies.
Yeah.
It's up to you, man. You do you. In the comments.
You can subscribe to us on Twitch to get access to our cute little wine glass emote, as well as our Scopa emote.
Scopa!
You also
I didn't do it last time. I was very proud of myself.
Or you can support us over on patreon.com/KrolmeisterSisters to get access to podcast night VODs, stream cat pictures, and, updates. We tell you things sometimes. If I remember, I'm very bad at Patreon. I'm very sorry to our Patreon backers. I love you all.
You are too kind.
Too kind.
We would understand.
Shh! Don't give them ideas. So, as a reminder, I'm Risa.
I'm Ariana.
And we're the Krolmeister Sisters. And we're asking you guys to stay sleuthy.